Today we will be discussing the topic that is 1,000 times fail in a day and still you are ready for your next challenge. How? Well, before we move start, I would really like to appreciate you all because today you have overcame today's challenge. You have done today's struggle because you all have your own stories, you all have your own work, and still you are here standing. That means you have overcome today's challenge. So, literally, from my side, it's a grand appreciation. Well, starting forward, what we define for the success, I mean, what is the definition for the success for us? Let me share my PPT. Okay. Yeah. What we define as a success, it may be money, it may be power, position, luxury, all kind of things that you say is termed as a success in your life. And no judgments at all because we all want to have this thing, we are striving for this thing. So there's no judgments, we all are hitting for the success in terms of monetary things, in terms of satisfaction, or anything else that is your definition of success. But the question is, are we satisfied with all these things that we are heading towards?
No,
Where we
ma'am.
are in this race, where we are in this race, is it the way that we want to have these things in our life, or why we are having mental issues still we are on the path of success? There are so many questions and there are so many things that we want to discuss and want to know. Well, first of all, I am not telling you that I am going to give you the success mantra or I am going to give you how to be successful, because believe me, no one can. No one in this world will tell you how to be successful in your own life because it's your own story. No one else, no one, in fact, your parents, teachers, friends, colleagues, no one can tell you how to be successful in your own life. So I will be discussing in my story, someone else's story, so that you will know that how to overcome the issues that you are facing today or in your life. So yeah, before moving forward, I would like to introduce myself so that you can get to know about me because it is said you should know your speaker well. So as you know my name already, I am Dr. Amrin Khan, engineer by profession. Well, I am 23 only, and I have got world's first honorary doctorate in mirror writing in most different languages. I have got world record in same with India Book of Record, Asia Book of Record, and other several book of record also. Well, I have been among top 100 record holders of India, and well, wait a minute, yeah. I have been among top 100 record holders of India, and I have been awarded with Women Empowerment Award, Youth Icon Award with consecutive 3 years, and there are so many recognitions that had been through in my life using mirror writing, like US Got Talent Award and so many other recognitions. Well, introducing academically, why academically, you will get to know it later when I will be discussing it in my story. So yeah, 10th merit, 12th merit, college topper, university ranker in almost every semester. Currently, I am pursuing masters in technology, and I am topper in the same. Along with, I am doing my job in multinational company and pursuing my media writing career. Currently, I am going for the Constitution of India writing in reverse. That is along. That is another, world record I will be heading towards. Copyright is under the process. Socially, I am active in blood donation, and I do cleanly do the blood donation, and even I have been awarded for the same, that I donate blood voluntarily from the same organization. I am blood donation ambassador for a hospital. Along with, I work for women empowerment and girls education. Well, there is much more to say, but if you really want to know about me writing or want to know how it is, like the videos and all these things, you can simply google me the writer Amrin Khan and you will get to know about it. So today's topic, as I started, that what is the definition of success? Well, we all know that we have been studied since ages. We have been taught since ages that success is equal to hard work. Maybe the more blended definition we could see is success is equal to hard work plus luck. Well, no offense, but I would like to add from my side, maybe I do not agree with hard work or hard work plus luck theory. Success is defined by your will. Your willpower. Well, if it is not the will you are doing without mere intention of involvement of work, and it is only a hard work that you want to do in your life, I don't think that you can get anything in your life the way you want them to. There are so many examples, because whenever there is no will in, will is the willpower, you can say your own thinking, your own heart pour into your work. Whenever you work your I mean whenever you want to work without any intention, without any will, just because anyone is saying you, or you have been under the peer pressure, the result has no end. Because there is a fear, they always a fear you have been through, because you all have been through this era of studying and having different perspectives of life. Like, if you are a student, you would be like, my friend is studying more hours than me, my colleague is having more skills than me, another person is more beautiful than me. That inferiority complex, without intention of building your own issue, in fact building your own willpower to encourage yourself to do that work, is just a mere hard work and any labor that is doing it. Let me tell you an example. You may know about the IIT students, like IIT JEE NEET students. We have the result yesterday for them. Let's take a mob. I mean, it's quite a lack of students are doing this. So take a mob of expensive tuition classes. We will be seeing that there are so many students who are opting for IIT JEE and NEET examination. Consider a 250 class student tuition, where students are having same number of mentors, having same notes, even having same number of hour of study. Everything is same. In fact, today's world we can see that classrooms are blended, as in everyone should have same percentiles, like capabilities perspective. We can see everybody is having same thing, but still the ratio of passing is 37 is to 250. Well, that is too high for a classroom, because it is the total overall result of an institution, but still 37 is to 250. Why there is a lack of encouragement? Because everybody is paying same thing, everybody is having same sources, still the lack of success is under the ratio, because there is a lack of willpower. I won't say everybody is having the lack of willpower, but the willpower do not allow any second thought when it is about the success. It is like, I am doing this work and I do not want to think about the result. And when it is just a hard work, because your parents are saying, because someone is pressuring you, it is just like a work that you are doing without intention. There is a fear of someone else's success. And that is why we always fear about, that person is getting more marks than me, that person is getting more success than me in my workplace, because that is more capable than me. It is about the complex that we built in our own mind. And it is maybe because our willpower is not strong, or maybe we do not allow it to get strong, because we always fear from our surrounding. Well, we can see, I am not saying that just sitting on a chair and I am saying that I have my best willpower and I can do anything. No, I am not at all tolerating that fact. You are just sitting on a chair and I can do it and I can have everything. Hard work ka dekh lenge. No, hard work is not like that, having to be working alone, or will is not having that just thinking alone that I can do it. The willpower allows you to think that whatsoever the result is, I will be doing my best right here in this work. And this is what you have to think about your work. You have to know what you are going through. My father always says me, whenever I involve in any work or I give an exam, before that I always like talk with my father, and I'm like, ab kya kare? He always say, try harder, give your best, and submit it to God. And you know what? I cannot say that motivational things have give me motivation, but these lines are beyond motivation, because he always says that you should just try, give your best, test assured to Allah. And I believe me, it always inspire me, and I'm fearlessly do any work or any exam, and that's why I feel like, yes, this is the motivation I get to. Well, you know what? Today's life, we all are heading towards a fact that, you know uh, we all think that success is how we can achieve success, or the what we see as a success. The success we see is by beating someone else. By, you can say, the most common factor that we see is dominating someone else and doing something great than someone else. We do not work on focus, or do not focus on that is, I will be doing my best and I will get it done. We always think, we always strive that I am beating that topper, I will be doing the great thing that the colleague, we know, we always set a mark, we always set a mark that is not us, not our own previous achievements, but the person we see as a topper or whatsoever the achiever. I am not blaming, because I too was the same product. It took me 10 years to understand that the competition is not with anybody else but with myself. Well, let me tell you, like my school story. That I won't say that I am the topper since my childhood, as in the first ranker always. I was always among top 5 students and always wanted to strive for the topper one. Well, for that I have neglected my sports, I have neglected extracurricular activities, I have neglected whatsoever distraction you can mention. I have distract whatsoever thing you say, I have neglected them and deleted them from my life when I was in my school. The only aim I had to beat the topper and to be the first. Well, no pressure from my parents side, but from my side I was like, मुझे टॉपर आना है तो आना है, आई डोंट नो, क्योंकि परसेंटाइल तो सबको एक ही जैसे आते हैं. But you know what, I had that madness that I wanted to be the topper. It, like, every year I was striving hard, I was studying hard endlessly. The willpower, the hard work, everything was there. But the competition I had with someone else. In fact, in my ninth standard I was second, just by the difference of 1 mark. That thing, I mean, I only had a dream in my school that I wanted to have first position before I leave my school. Also, I wanted to go on stage and receive that medal, that cash prize, so that I can say that school से मुझे ये सब मिला है. But now the chance is over, because you cannot imagine yourself becoming a topper of school in 10th standard. Not at all. It was like done, done from my side, and my dreams are over here. But you know what? In 10th standard, I heard many teachers, many relatives and mentors told me that you should focus on your study because you have to achieve. This is the life-changing year of your life. Indeed, I tried my best, and I always tried that I should be doing thing in the way that I should get success. But that time, I changed my perspective. That time, I was like, I, you know what? Literally, my parents say that the study, the hard work I did in my 10th, I never repeated it ever in my life again. I was like, I became a monk at that time. I was like, कुछ नहीं चाहिए, मोह माया सब त्याग दी. I just want to focus on my study, and I am not going to compare myself with anybody else. I was not, in fact, even interested that I would be liking, I want first rank, or I would be like, I want to be, I want to beat that person. No, not even I was striving for 90 plus marks. I was just striving that I want to, whenever I look at my result in future, I should be satisfied. I should be satisfied that this is the result of my deed. Maybe it sounds too philosophical that, yeah, you was just saying, but yes, I had that feeling. I had, and that's the thing that changed my life forever. I work hard and I always remind myself that I want to be satisfied with my result. Well, the result came. I got call from school, and I topped in 10th standard. I topped my school. In fact, I got a call that I broke several records from school and created a history that has so many things to say. But yeah, I created history, and bang on, my dream came true, because I, before I left school, I wanted to be first and be on that stage. And believe me, the more glory added was, that year 75 years completed to my school, and I was treated more specially. That day, or you can say in that phase, I realized that the most important thing is to compete with yourself, compete with your own achievements, compete with your own past deeds, and be what, and do not strive for the thing that I wanted to beat that person, because your capabilities, your story, your work, your working methods are totally different than the person you are going to compete. And when I realized, and that thing I always doing from like I always started doing this thing from 10th standard, and it continued, and undoubtedly it has given me the success in every sector I've ever entered. Well, discussing about so many things we can be on the stage, I would like to tell you that there are so many things that we are striving in our life. We will be like, I want to achieve this thing, but where to start? I mean, it's too late. We always consider ourselves as in it's too late to start. But I always remind myself. There is a poem in sixth standard. I do not remember because it was too lengthy, two-page poem. So I just remember the title. It is Start Where You Stand. Start where you stand. You know what? One more reason we always face problem in our life is that we always been among the student who, if we pass, we take whole credibility, we take a whole responsibility for that thing. But whenever any failure or any problem arises from our side or anything like that, we always blame, or we try to blame people, or try to blame situation. We always try to blame someone else. We do not want to take responsibility for that thing. It is something that is more precautious we should take in care of, because you know what, whenever we try to blame people, or you blame situation that because of this reason it didn't happen, because of that thing it didn't work out. But whenever we do that thing, we actually find space to escape. We actually find a place to just remove our responsibility and just blame it someone else, and we avoid the you know, learning capability. We avoid to learn from that situation. There are more many situations that you can learn, you can think that how you can overcome them, but you actually avoid them just by blaming others. I will say, whenever you give excuses of your reasons, maybe these are valid, but after the result they are of no use. You have been through the situations where you will find, if you have done something and it didn't work out, and you tell people about it that I had tried my best but it didn't work out because of this reason, people are always like, yeah, excuses are there, but still it didn't happen because of your own misery. I repeat, result has no reason. Maybe it is grammatically correct or not, but I always remind myself before doing anything. I do not want to give blame anybody about the thing, because when I am taking success on my shoulder, the blame should be on my shoulder for the failure. When we have this attitude, we actually become successful in our life just because we learn from the situation. We learn because पता है एक जोश आता है जब भी कोई आपको एक गुस्सा दिलाता है या एक बोलता है कि ये आपकी वजह से हुआ है या दिस हैज बीन डन बाय यू. एक गुस्सा, एक जोश आता है कि यार अब तो इसको करके दिखाना है. When that thing happen, the main, you know, that blame kind of thing happen, that ignition that you have give you the courage, give you the petrol for your next success. And you know what, you have to keep it ignited. Whenever any failure happen, or anything that didn't work out for you, keep that flame ahead, like always flaming it. Because you know what, uh, you always need inspiration to do work. You always, you are not like I can always be inspired and I'm always motivated and working things. You have to be cautious to take motivation from every sources from where you are taking it. Well, why heading towards the next point, we always says that I want success in a single stroke. I mean, we always want that things should be happen in a single stroke. If it is not happening, I am not doing it. You know what, the main thing is trial and error method. There is a method
Yeah.
where, excuse me, yeah, there is a method named trial and error method that is in engineering we use for the measurement of method. We use different terminologies, different numbers, so that we can get approximately proper result. I'm not saying perfect, because there is nothing perfect and ideal terminology exist in this world. So we always wanted to have a proper approximate result, and for that thing we always try. I'm not saying that try people, because it's not like that. Whenever you are up to a thing and it doesn't work out for you, just give it a chance and let it go and try for something else. I have talked with many students who had preparing for IITs or competitive exams, UPSC, IPSC, UPSCs and IPC exams. So they were like, I am doing it because my parents saying, because my friends are doing, everybody is doing, but I am not finding it more, I'm not finding it more energetic, or I'm not feeling it to do, like to do it. I tried it because my friends say, but I am not doing it. But as I have invested 1 year in preparation, how will I move on? Well, life is all about trial and error. If you are not happy with this examination, if you are not happy with this thing, move on. Who else is saying you to do this thing? Who else? I mean, everybody is doing great in UPSC, IPS, IES preparation. Everybody is trying that. Everybody is getting success. If it is the not, you should change the method. I always apply this method in my life. I had opted different examination. I have opted like different things so that I can know what is best for me. It is not like that you have to do single stroke success, because that kind of thing doesn't exist in real life. Actually, there are so many things that you can say that will be affecting you by doing this method, because you have invested your time, you have invested your money. There are so many things that you invest in this thing, but that doesn't mean that you cannot change. As I said, there is no thing that can you change at time, because start where you stand, where you are. It's been like, it's you are elder, you are younger, it's been like you have wasted 2 years, 5 years, and I want to start again. Start where you stand, because देश कौन सी है, I mean, किसकी देश है? We are heading in a pointless race. We are heading in a pointless race. Let just tell me one thing. We all are doing one thing, that is striving for success endlessly in endless manner. We have been taught that do not do things that do not give you money. We have been given the priority in after 10th, that we have, you ever heard your parents saying that opt for this field because it is having more knowledge? Even you earn less, but you will be getting more knowledge, and it will be like more satisfactory job. We always heard teachers, mentors, or elders saying, do this field because it is having more money. We always define success on the basis of money. We always define the race on the basis of money. And that's why we always headed forward. We always striving. We are always unsatisfied, because someone else's money is much more than mine money. I don't think that even everybody is competing with Ambani or not, but everybody wants to have the highest money in this whole world. Well, people always say it's been like, it's been like easy that you have no competition in mirror writing. It would have been like easy to opt that field where no competition at all, where nothing to fear about anyone, and you have created history just because you are alone. Well, the main thing is that it took me 7 years to get a simple appreciation from, sorry, from anybody else. It took me 7 years rejection on the basis from the shows, on the basis that I have no genre, I have no other point of competition. That's why, and also the act is not that much entertaining. So there is no point to enroll myself in that show. I have been through different things.
Ma'am, sorry to interrupt you, but I
Yeah.
just want to know that what is single stroke terminology?
Well, we always think that there should be something like, I am opting this job. Consider UPSC or like competitive exam or anything like that. We always want that success should be, we should always get success in one stroke. We do not want to waste our time or to get something that take time, or it is like your preparation. Well, UPSC is kind of thing that require so much preparation time and investments. But the single stroke, like, people always want, they should be succeeded in just a one stroke, in one manner. If I am doing this, I should be succeeded in that way only. People do not want to be patient. They do not want to have a courage to wait for the thing that is happening for you. Well, let me tell you an example. It is all about timing. I'm not saying that you should be getting your success just by the way you are imagining it, or you are doing hard work, or maybe your luck. I have an example. I always say it is all about timing. Why? Have You should answer that. Which is the highest IMDb rating movie of the Hollywood, or you can say the whole world? If you want to answer, you can answer in chat box. The highest IMDb rating movie of the Hollywood, or you can say the whole world. The highest IMDb rating. Anybody? If you want to answer, you can Google it. It is available on Google. Yeah.
Ma'am, could you please repeat this question?
Which is the highest IMDb rating movie of the Hollywood or the whole world? Okay. Are we getting the answers? Okay. Well, let me tell you the movie. Yeah. Anybody? Let me tell you the movie. It is The Shawshank Redemption. The movie released in 1994. The Shawshank Redemption. The movie, when the movie was, it is the movie having 9.2 to 9.3 IMDb rating. That is the highest grossed movie, largest and high rated and conservative classical movie of the Hollywood in 90s. Well, you can see if you want to read it, like it is amazing movie that you could ever watch in your life. The movie say the movie when released was the super flop at that time. In 1994, when Shawshank Redemption released, it was the super flop movie at that time. It had $25 million making, and it just only reverted $16 million. The super flop movie at that time. People rejected it thoroughly. After 1 year, it was nominated in Oscar for 7 different categories, and then it came to limelight that people wanted to know why this movie is getting is nominated in Oscar. People came to know about it, people rewatched it, and it was a bang because it was re-released, and it created record. It has broken all record, and you can see that it was among the first movie who had sold all the reels and home videos reels simultaneously. It has created history and was largest running, longest running, whatsoever you can say, because there are so many adjectives we can define for this movie. Also, this movie was preserved in the classical art gallery of the Hollywood movie, and that's why it is having the historic names on it. The point is, the main point is, why it is all about timing. The movie when first released was super flop. That doesn't mean it was not worth it. That doesn't mean it was not capable to bring out people to the theater. But the thing is, when it was released, people were not capable to capture the glory it had. And when people came to know about it, it created history and bang on. It created history. Broke all history that had. So it is not about having success in a single stroke or success whenever you attempt anything. It is like you do your best, you give your best, try hard work, try whatsoever you want, have a strong willpower, do it, and rest assured to your Almighty. And you will find, even if it is your night, even if it is not working right now, maybe it is not the situation, it is not the people, it is not the surrounding who are understanding, who are capable of knowing the birth you have. It is maybe the fact that your time is yet to arrive. And when it will arrive, it will break all the terminologies, all the records, and it will bang on with the success. We have so many examples around us. So whenever you will face anything like that, whenever you face, because you know what, I'm not saying that success and failure are two different terminologies, because we have defined success along with we have defined failure, and we always strive and we always give a credibility as it is success, it is failure, and we always neglect the process. We always neglect the process part. We do not want to learn, we do not want to do. Have you ever heard your elders, your teachers saying that pass this exam, just pass this exam, इस एग्जाम को पास कर लो, एंड अगर पास नहीं भी हुए तो ज्ञान तो मिल ही जाएगा, कुछ ना कुछ सीखने तो मिल ही जाएगा. मतलब ऐसा कभी हुआ है कि हमारे टीचर्स ने हमें एग्जाम प्रिपरेशन के वक्त ऐसा बोल के मोटिवेट किया हो, या कभी किसी ने, किसी इंस्टीट्यूट ने या किसी एल्डर ने, हम वी आर नॉट ऑलवेज पॉइंट आउट आवर पेरेंट्स बिकॉज दे आर डूइंग रियली ग्रेट जॉब फॉर अस. They are expecting us to be winner in our own life. That's why we are not going to blame them for giving us the temperament that we should always do our best. The thing is that we always strive for success in the form of positivity. We always want, we should get this thing, we should always have that thing, we always should achieve these things, we always should have this and that, and always we always want to beat someone, we always want to have all these things: glory, name, success, fame. Well, what, nothing is wrong that, nothing is wrong. Still we are facing issues in our mental health. The thing is that why we are not satisfied with it, why we are not satisfied with what we are having, why we are not satisfied with why we are not appreciating our own blessings that we have. Do you think if you are not appreciating what you have right now, you will appreciate that you will get right after? If you are not having that capacity to appreciate the blessings you have right here in front of you, right here in your life, so after that success you will be you will be appreciating, you will be grateful for the blessings that are you are about to have. It is all about your perspective. You want to know, you do not want to know, but at the end the thing matter is it's your perspective. Do you want to take it as positive, do you want to take it as negative? It's all up to you, no one is going to change it. We all are living this world where uh, we have our own thoughts and we can share it on social media. Nobody is going to stop you, but the perspective you have, you should be more focused on the energy that you are bringing in your life, because you are not the only person who is associated with your energy. The energy you have, the people associated with you is your family, if you are a parent, your children, if you are a person, your siblings, your friends, your colleagues, your environment, the whole person, the whole environment. You are actually holding a globe, and you are having all these things around you, the vibes that you are carrying. And still, if you are not grateful for what things you have, just remind yourself, you will be grateful for the things you will achieve later in your life. And when you start appreciating the things around you, you will find the success get doubles because you are happy. Whenever you feel miser about yourself, whenever you feel like I do not have anything, everybody is doing great, everybody is having everything, that person is having good relationship, that person is having great job, that person is earning more than me, that person is having everything, that person is beautiful, that person is amazing, whatsoever, people are around them, people, they are having more followers, they are having more things, everything whatsoever came in your mind. Whenever you think that, you are actually dominating yourself, you are dominating your vibes, you are actually dominating, you are disrespecting yourself. And do you think that when you disrespect someone, they will give you the glory? They will give you the respect, they will give you something that you really want to have? And if you are doing it with your own life, your own self, do you expect that you will be getting things the way you want them to happen in your life? Be happy even if things are not working. Who says that things will always work for you? Who says that it will always happen for you? Who says that I had always got things in my first stroke? You know what? Let me tell you. Uh, I had world record and I had proper background. Still, I was rejected in 25 plus off and on campuses just because I was overqualified. Would you believe, like, it sounds philosophical or dramatic, but it was true. There were 25 students were selected for the campus for the final round. 24 got selected except me. I waited for so long, I cleared all rounds, and at the end, 24 got selected except me just because the interview asked said, you are having more achievements, you are having a topper background. We don't think that you will be doing job at our institution. You will be doing job at our organization. I had been through the rejection of body shaming. I was fat. Well, I was I was fat in my earlier days, and that's why I was avoided to give main roles, or that's why I all avoided extracurricular activities in my school, because due to body shaming, I wasn't given chances to be on stage. I had rejected for mirror writing itself in starting, saying that people do not understand this and it is not that entertaining. You should learn dance or singing, something that attracts people towards you. And numbers of rejections there. In fact, I will say, I am not saying that you should be optimistic all the time, you should be positive all the time, you should be, have optimism, keep calm, because these are all the things we always hear but cannot do. Because I too as a person know, you cannot stay positive when you are rejected. You cannot stay calm when you are rejected by any person or by anyone. No, undoubtedly it is just like devastated feeling you could ever have. You just wanted to cry, you just wanted to die, because you cannot tolerate rejection at any point, even if you are so calm, you are a monk. Because we have been taught, I say not taught, because it is a human tendency. They cannot accept rejection. They cannot accept anything that is not in their favor. I am not saying that you should always be positive, because it is not just be positive. I am saying you be positive, stay calm, and do this thing. Wake up early, sleep early, and do this thing. You hear, listen to the music, dance, and do your hobby. These are not the solutions, because if I tell you, you are hearing this from ages. I have heard this from ages. From every session, I'm like, okay, note it down, and the end. How will I? Because I cannot keep calm when things are exciting, when things are sad, when things are so much happy, when things are so much devastated. You cannot control your emotion, and do not try to control your emotions, and do not try to be always like, I am always happy, I'm always optimistic. If you want to cry, just let it out. If you want to let it go, if you want to just express your emotions, let it go. You cannot cry forever. I bet you cannot, because it is in nature to heal you. It is in nature to heal you. You cannot cry for a person who is gone forever. It's like you can cry for 40 days, but not more than that. It is in nature to heal you. So allow nature to heal you. Do not burden yourself with someone else's perspective. Do not burden yourself with the negativity that is flowing around in the world because of social media or what is bad happening. At the end, the most important thing is, at the end, you matters forever. You matter for your life, you matter for your family. You should be cautious about that. And the energy, the vibings, that also whatsoever you have, do not robot do not be a robot. Do not be like, I have to sit like that, I have to do like that. Be a human being. We all are actually striving to be a robot, because we want to have everything that everybody is having, just because they are getting becoming towards the robot. Be a human. I'm saying, just be human, be a child. Why be a child? We always hear that, never lose a child in you, because child childrens are always carefree. They do not afraid of anyone else. They do not afraid of the people, the position of somebody, or do not afraid of somebody's money. They do not afraid. They are carefree. They are just of their heart, and that's why we always miss our childhood days. Well, whenever you find us, whenever you find that something is devastating happening in your life, something that is not working for you, something that is not as per your requirement, motivate yourself by saying only one line: I will add this thing to my success story. Well, whenever I had any kind of failure I had faced, I am facing, or I will be facing, I always remind myself, okay, it didn't work out, okay, I will add it to my success story. When you have that perspective, you will actually writing your success story. Well, let me ask you, do you like the story where a person is having, well, excuse me, do you like a story where a person is having a rich father? I'm not going to add nepotism word, do not. A person is having a rich background, is having everything in their life, and then doing so much hard work. Everybody do hard work, so we should always consider their hard work too. So that person who is rich, having everything in his life, in her life, and then they become the CEO of their company. Now, this is one story. Another story that we will be facing is a person who has faced all hardships since their childhood days, were poor, having no, they have no food to eat, had so bad background, everything hardship that you can imagine for them, and then later in their life, they became the most successful people on the world, of the world. Well, to segregate this, let me give an example. The most rich person of India, that is Dhirubhai Ambani and the Ambani family. Will you appreciate? Well, it is no offense. It is just an example. Will you appreciate that the Ambani, Akash Ambani is getting the position of CEO of Ambani Empire, or the story of Dhirubhai Ambani, who has came from a very bad or very poor background, where he has struggled a lot to build that empire. We always appreciate the background, we always appreciate the story that has a, a lot of failure stories. We admire them, we inspire, get inspired from them. So if you are inspired from the stories of failure and and becoming then successful, then why are you afraid of your own failure? Aren't you want to Don't you want to write your own success story? Don't you want to have that story that everybody should listen and they should be like, I want to be like you, I want to have the position, I really admire you. When you listen that thing, I bet you this is the most priceless moment of your life. And if you really want to live that moment, to live that moment of, achieving everything and having everything in your life, after the failure, after the hardship, after everything that you have done to become that person, to achieve that success, that success is of worth, that success is of glory. Well, coming to the concluding point, as in the mental health, we always are facing mental health issues in our life. We have celebrated the day quite a days back, and we are actually thinking about it nowadays. Well, it's too late. It's not too late. As I said, start where you stand. When I was in school, I have always thought that it is like depression, anxiety, these are it's like, in Hindi it was like, ये बीमारी सिर्फ अमीरों को होती है. It is, there is nothing like middle class or poor, because depression is something that happens to celebrities or some richers or something that we see on TV. So it was a concept that whenever you I actually had this coincidence that one day I told my parents that one of my friend is having depression, and she's not feeling good. And my mom said, ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता, depression नाम की कोई बीमारी नहीं होती. And I was like, okay, noted. And from that I was like, it is only happened to riches, celebrities and rich people and all that thing. Nowadays you can see even school going students are talking about anxiety, stress and depression. Well, why it is happening? We are focusing on problems. We always focus on problems, and that is the main problem, that we always focus on problems. We do not want to strive for the solutions. We do not want to strive for the origin of the problem. We always want what is happening right now, it is because of that issue. You should be like, it has happened, now what? Always be on the point, now what? Do not be a problem creator, or if it is happening, be a solution provider, or be on the verge that you can think about solution. Because whenever you lose your mind, you are out of the solutions. Yeah, so when I was talking about mental health, so why it is happening in so much higher amount, that everybody around us is feeling depressed, everybody is like दुनिया की मोहमाया त्यागना है. Everybody is like, why it is happening, everybody is asking why, the question marks we all are having. The main thing is that we all are having negativity, we all are engulfing negativity from all the sources that we are carrying in our life: the social media, the TV, the newspaper, the movies, series, whatsoever, environment, maybe some toxic people, whatsoever you can say. We are engulfing negativity from everywhere. In fact, we are dripped off, the dripping of the negativity, the hatred is poured in our mind. And that's why we are feeling lonely, we are afraid of people, we are afraid of success, we are afraid of someone else's success. We do not want to be successful by our own, we want that that person should not get more success than me. We do not want to focus on our life, we want to see someone else, we want to see everybody else, and we want to compare. Actually, at the end, we want to compare where we are in the whole mob. We are not focusing on our life, and that's why the thing is devastating, because we are not satisfied with what we have. At the end, satisfaction is what we should focus on. I'm not saying you should not go for money or luxury, because it is if you are on this earth, you should try for everything that is around you. You should try for everything that you can think that you can get. But that doesn't mean that you are just collecting it and you are not satisfying it. You are just collecting it, but you are not counting it. You should be happy, you should be satisfied, and you should be grateful. I will say, appreciate the small detailings around you, appreciate people around you. You do not know what things has made you, what people, what background has made you. Because always background is neglected, always we neglect the people who plays role in our life but are not on the verge. We have to be the person who appreciate whatsoever detailings around us, and we should be happy that we whatever we are having, it is the grace that we are having. Because if we see in this pandemic, we can see the lot of disastrous thing happen, and still we are alive, still we are at our home, still we are having food, still we are having sources that we can do more better in our life. We should appreciate it, we should be grateful for that. We should always be grateful for whatsoever we have. And it is not like that, I'm not going to tell you that law of attraction and all these things that happen, because that is a quite bit and longer uh, terminology, and that will take a long time. But I will say that you should always be positive in the way of becoming a grateful person. Try one thing. We always say the me time, we always hear about me time, that we should talk to yourself, you should do this thing in alone time. Well, I will be saying, why should you try this out once? Because we have always heard this thing that whenever you are doing something good or bad, God is watching you. Whenever you do something good or bad, God is watching you. Your parents or your teachers, elders or books, whatsoever, who has told you about this, God is watching you from everywhere. I'd say, if God is watching you from everywhere, He is listening to you from everywhere. So when you talk to yourself, you are actually talking to God. And do you know, I mean, do you think that talking to God directly without any intermediate person or anything between them, anything great can happen like that? You are directly discussing your issues, you are directly discussing your problems with God, and the solution will automatically came to your mind. You will find it later, sooner or later. But the main thing is that the problem solver is always the God. You will always be talking to your God. That is why me time is important. You should be focusing on things that are in your life. And I am not saying that you should always be optimistic in the way that I'm feeling positive. When you start appreciating things, when you start feeling good by things that you have, when you start feeling good with your life, with your own self, things always stay positive around you. And that's why I always try myself that things around me should always say positive. That's why they will make my vibe positive so that I can spread it to everywhere else. You should be the person that whenever you go to a mob, you go to somewhere else, people should feel like, wow, that person has came, and now everybody will be happy, everything will get sorted. Success is about winning people. Success is about winning people. It is not about having money, because everybody is having money. Everybody, maybe less or maybe more, maybe higher position, maybe lower, but everybody is having money. So it is not the fact that people are judged on the basis of money. People are judged on the basis of their own deeds. They are judged on the basis of how they treat people, how they treat others, how many peoples are there to be with them. You should always be the person who is creating happiness. And it is not like that you have to be clone all the time. You have to be taken granted of yourself all the time. Be the person with values and happiness, that whenever everybody came your path, they should be like, I admire that person. I feel happy whenever I talk to him or her. When you have that achievement, I dare somewhere, everybody, I actually say, yeah, like whenever you have that energy, whenever you find that person, you are always like, I want to be like that person whom everybody likes, everybody loves. You know what? Most of the people who have achieved so much in their life, who had been on the verge of success, as in Newton, Mother Teresa, Abdul Kalam sir, Bill Gates, or who has been, maybe they had money, maybe they do not, but they were judged on the basis of the welfare they had done for people. It is what you give to society that is counted. You have seen that even your relatives are so much rich than you, or they are having more money, but the thing that is counted is how that person behave, how that person treats someone else. And that's why your deeds is not about having success in the monetary point. Your success is what people count on you. I always say that you should not get blindfolded from the situation that, okay, everybody is sorted, and I will be doing thing only for this thing. Be practical. I'm not saying that you should always be you should be the monk who is not having money and just going with the flow and just winning people. I am saying just try to balance everything. Try to balance your professional life, try to balance your personal life, try to balance everything. Win people, stay humble. And you know what, the main thing is that whenever you achieve something, the judgments of people increases so much faster, because they want to know that are you the same person who was before the success and who is after the success. And believe me, you have to be more cautious and more humble than before, than anything you can have in your life. You have to be more humble at that point when you achieve something, because when you do that, people will count it on ego, people will count it on something that he is not the person who is good by heart. Because whenever you neglect someone after the success, it is counted on your success point of view, not on your own heart or your timing, or you can say your busyness. So always try to be humble after the success. Well, after that, I will be concluding the point, saying it is always good to be happy, to be sad, to be everything at the point. Just pour out your emotion. It is not good to stay robotic all the time. You are a human. You have to be human. Try things out your own. It is not working, just let it go. Try another one. It is not working, let it go. Try harder. One day it will work. One day it will break all the records, it will create a history. You have to strive for your success by your own, but that doesn't mean you have to break up yourself from the world or from the people around you. Whenever people whenever people term someone as a successful person, they do not term as in they have everything in their life, but they what they had done for the people. You like, if you consider the story successful story of the people, you will always find that they had done so much great that it was never left unsaid. And that's why I concluding the point by saying, सीढ़ियाँ उन्हें मुबारक हो जिन्हें सिर्फ छत तक जाना है। सीढ़ियाँ उन्हें मुबारक हो जिन्हें सिर्फ छत तक जाना है। मेरी मंजिल तो आसमान है, मेरा रास्ता मुझे खुद बनाना है। And this with this I would be signing off with this session, and I would be like to have your views on this, and if you have guys any question you can please come with it. Thank you so much. Yeah, if you guys are having question, we can wait. If we can have in chat box if you want to write them. Else we will be concluding this meeting in 5 to 10 minutes.
Hello, I'm audible.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your experience and all. Guys, you can ask questions if you have any. You can even write in chat box.
Ma'am, can I ask some question?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
sure.
can.
Yeah. So, ma'am, what if we just, what if, what happened when we just stuck in some situation mentally, and we are just trying to come out of that situation, but we are struck so badly that we are just, that means I can't come out of that situation. So how can I try? Means mentally, how should I try to come out of that situation?
Well, thank you for asking the question. Yeah. uh, Whenever you are in any problem, whenever you face any problem, as in it can be anything, like you are facing in your school, in your job profile, or anywhere else. I am not saying try to be optimistic, because it cannot be achieved by just saying. You can just keep calm for a second and think about the origin of the problem, as in why this has happened, what is the role that I had played in it, as in am I the person who should be blamed, or am I the person who has been blamed? Like, I am the person who has done bad, or do I have to go for asking for the forgiveness? Or if someone has done bad for you, you should be, as in, keep calm. And the best thing is, if you cannot do anything in that situation, if it is something that is hampering you so bad, and it is not in your hand to change anything or to do something by your side, leave it to your almighty. He will do best for you. And I say, whenever you submit it to something, to your almighty, the best result came out of it always. Plus, try to engage yourself in the work that actually make you forget it. Try to try to build your life, as in, uh, engage yourself in family work, or talk to your parents, or talk to your family members, or just try to avoid that thing, that situation, that mentality, or you can say that thought that is bringing negativeness. And also, if you are like want to cry, or you want to have someone to pour your heart, just pour it out. It is not like keeping all this feeling of all those feeling inside you, and holding all these grudges and moving in life. Just remove all the burden, and you will find that your heart is now filled with only happiness. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Ma'am, I have a question.
Yeah.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
what we should do when we face in, we will very demotivated on that time. Things come in our mind that everything's finished.
Yeah.
So what can we do on that time?
Yeah, totally. As I said, whenever anything that happen, anything that is not in your hand, you feel literally devastated. Even I had faced that time. We always face. I am not saying that I have overcome everything, because nobody has. Nobody is that content that they have overcome every fear. I'm not saying that you should always be optimistic in that part. I will say, whenever you feel devastated, whenever you feel like it has came to an end, always remind yourself, always remind yourself that this is not the end. This is not the end. You have to be the hero of your own story. You have to be. If you are not, it is not your story. Remind yourself that you have to do it. Not, and you know what, whenever any situation is not more than your life, it will not be ever more than anything that is happening. Whenever you see the failure stories, whenever you see the success stories of any successful person, you will find that they have overcome the situation that is so much impossible, that if we would have been at that place, we would have literally died. Would you think that the person who has climbed Mount Everest, the Wilma Rudolph, the double amputated person who has run, who had won Olympics gold medals, the person, would you ever imagine that person who is double amputated, who has no legs at all, and that person is winning gold in Olympics? That thing is most devastated. The person who is climbing, double amputated person, I do not remember the name, but that person who has climbed uh, Mount Everest was from India. And that person, like, being a normal human being, if we can not do that thing, and if the person who is not able to do that thing even in normal, and they are creating history, so we should be motivated from them, we should learn from them, that if they are doing, I can definitely do it. Things are not working, remind yourself that I will add it to my success story, I will add it to my novel. Whenever anything like that happen, I will say, okay, मैं अपनी नॉवेल लिखूंगी और मैं उसमें सब डाल दूंगी। ये मतलब मुझे तो मसाला मिल रहा है। whenever you say anything failure happen, you should say, अच्छा मतलब ये तो मेरे सक्सेस स्टोरी में ऐड होने वाला है, मुझे तो कंटेंट मिल रहा है। You should look things like that, and you will find that you are not hampered by the failure. You will always be motivated to do something more achievable. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Guys, any other questions? Hello, am I audible, ma'am?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay, thank you, ma'am. Thank you for motivating us in a right way. It was really appreciating. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Okay. So, guys, if yeah,
Ask something more. Ma'am, how did you get this achievement in such a age, just like 23?
Okay. Yeah, as I told you that I had not decided that I will be doing my career in mirror writing, and it was all, the destiny, you can say. There is nothing any genre like mirror writing where you can pursue, you can learn, and you can achieve that. It all came like appreciation, just one appreciation at right point, and the parental support, I can say, and always the grace of God that has brought things my way. I have been through several rejections also, and that's why they have built me, and they had made a point. They had made a way that uh, first I got world record, then I got placed in top 100 record holders of India, and that has made my path towards the achievement of doctorate in mirror writing. And there are many more to go, and I'm waiting for that. And I will be like, okay, whatsoever come my way, I will take it. If it is positive, I did it. If it is not, it's okay. You should always be like the person, whenever someone say you cannot do it, you cannot even try because it will not be of your capability, always say one thing: okay, you are right, maybe you are right, I cannot do it, let me try. If I cannot, you are right. If I can, it's done. You should always be that person. You should not just take load of everything. If it is happening for you, it is good. I had been the person who always neglected extracurricular activities, always neglected mirror writing as a talent. But the glory that has, the achievement that has given mirror writing to my life is just priceless. And I can say you do not know what come up next. So always be on the verge of surprises, and always welcome whatsoever came up your way in the positive way now.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. If you guys are having question, you can simply write them, or if you want to know about the mirror writing, you can google about it, and you will get to know about this thing, because it is you want to be like what is mirror writing, and how you can do it. So everybody ask about this thing, so I will be like, you can google. You can see the videos I had, the interviews I had given on google. You can find them all under the title that is mirror writer Amrin Khan, and you will get to know about them. If you guys want to if you guys are having question, if you are afraid of asking them out in this session, you can simply ask me in my Instagram or Facebook. You can DM me, and I will be there to support you. And if you guys are having question, I will be waiting, else we will conclude this meeting right here. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, ma'am. I think there is no more questions. I think.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
What is
Thank
difference
you.
hard work and smart work?
Ma'am.
Ma'am, what is difference between hard work and smart work? How
Yeah.
can we do this in our day routine, daily routine of our life?
Mhm. Well, actually, the terminology of hard work and smart work is something different. I mean, why it is made, I am asking the question. I mean, why it is hard work and smart work? It is always about the work. It is always about the point that you have to do it. There is nothing like hard work or smart work. There is no substitution of work as like doing work smartly. It means you are doing that work. It doesn't involve that hard work is writing a thing for 10 times, and smart work is just printing it out for the 10th time. It has their own, you know different sections of, we can say, but actually it is all about having a single work done with a proper orientation, as in you cannot define hard work and smart work for anything that you should be doing it smartly. Should be doing it doing hard work, because I do not think that any work can be segregated on the basis of smart work and hard work. You always have to give your best in all the manner, and it is not, you cannot find shortcut for the success. There is no way to find a shortcut, because you don't know what is coming up next. Life is all about surprises. The opting for when you opt for a shortcut, it will lead you to somewhere else, maybe lead you to the success, maybe lead you to the point where you want to go, but not all the time. So you should be beyond the smart work and hard work concept. You should always be, I do not want to think about result, I do not want to think will I fail, will I pass, will I achieve it, will I not. You should be always like, I have, the work is allotted to me, I have to do it, I have to do my best, rest assured. When you have that attitude, I do not think that you will ever get a thought of smart work or hard work. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Ma'am, there is a question in chat box.
Okay. I have understood it. Um, okay. Sorry if I have not seen the chat box earlier. Okay. Yeah. Uh, is there any question? It is from Danish Khan. That is what I have understood is, before you follow your passion, you must brace yourself for the amount of time you are going to fail. Exactly. I really appreciate the fact that this kind of thing you always should be in your mind, because you should always be the person who always appreciate yourself first, so that people should appreciate you. If you are not appreciating yourself, you cannot blame people who are not accepting you. You should always be the person who is standing for yourself in the first line. So I will always say that when you are contained in your own heart, when you are fulfilled with all your hearts, with all your bliss, all your satisfaction, then you can pour into someone else. The jar who is filled by their own self, that jar can fill someone else. A empty jar, you cannot expect an empty jar to fill someone else. That should be the perspective you should have. Thank you.
This is a nice opportunity for us uh, that we have learned a lot. uh, that's what, after failure, we should not have to get demotivated while having any failure in our life. We have to learn from that failure, that what mistakes which I have done in
Hmm.
this, it is not going to happen in my next.
Or even if it is happening, I will be doing it, I will overcome it, or I will be trying it always. You should
I
not be
will,
like, yeah,
yes, yes, I will try and try until I'll get my destination.
yeah, that should be the spirit. Indeed.
Yes. Ma'am, could we get opportunity in our future to have such like webinars?
Yeah. You can have a talk with the digital investor, or you can simply contact me personally on my social medias, so that I can be directly connecting with you. Yeah,
Okay,
I
ma'am.
have social media, Instagram and Facebook. You can reach out there, and you can directly DM, and I will be really appreciating to assist you in that way.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks everyone.
Thank you, ma'am.